everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and I'm actually filming this at night, and Stella is nursing, so again, you're gonna get a really tight crop, and she's super loud, so you're gonna hear lots of noises. She is almost actually 3 months old, but I'm going to do her 2-month update today. I've just got a little window of time right now where I am big kid free. I just haven't been filming at all this holiday season, so I wanted to go ahead and film this 2-month update, and in like a week I'll have a 3-month update for you guys. So I have notes on my phone. I'll be looking down at that. The lighting isn't the greatest. Since I'm just so late at this, I wanted to go ahead and get it filmed for you guys while I had a minute. So I had talked about in her 1-month update that I had gotten a 7-hour stretch, and it was a really bizarre night. It's just one of those things where she just would not go to sleep. I did all the things like the rocking, the bouncing, the walking, the pacing, did all the things, nursed her multiple times, and she just would not go to sleep. So we tried putting her in the mama-roo, and she cried for like 3 minutes and fell asleep and slept for 7 hours straight. And the thing with the mama-roo is it cuts off at 4 hours. So it was only on for 4 hours, and then 3 more hours she slept with it not even moving. So it was just incredible. I got a great night's sleep. It felt just amazing that night. I have not put her back in the mama-roo at the beginning of the night like that. She has been sleeping flat in the pack and play, and that's just how she has been pretty much like this whole time. There have been a lot of nights in the very, very beginning where I held her and I just fell asleep holding her, and I had everything propped up around me, so there was no possible way that I could drop her, and there was no possible way I could roll over or anything. I'm like propped up with everything around me, so there's no way that either one of us can move pretty much. And she did sleep a lot like that as a brand new baby, but now she sleeps flat in the pack and play, and we've been getting consistent like 6 to 7 hour nights. It's been really rare we get 8 hours, and there was I think one night we've gotten a 9-hour stretch, and it's just been, I can't really tell any kind of pattern to it. It's just like whatever time she sleeps till, it's always this really long stretch at first, and I think the shortest stretch now we have been getting is about 6 to 7 hours, and it's been really, really nice. And now the time after that is the unpredictable time. Sometimes we just have 1 nursing session in the night, and sometimes we have 2. And like last night was actually a really bad night. We had 2 wake ups, and then she wanted to wake up at like 6:30 in the morning. She goes somewhere around 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. is about her times, but she really wanted to be up at like 6 or 6:30 this morning. She woke up at like 3 something, and then again at 5 something, and then again at 6 something, and wanted to be up at 6 something. And that's really unusual. Usually we have 1 to 2 wake ups at night, and that's just really consistent. It's been pretty consistent since that one glorious 7-hour night. We've been getting these really long stretches, and I'm so thankful that we were just waking up 1 to 2 times, and generally speaking it's waking up, nursing, and going right back to bed. A lot of times the right back to bed is in the mama-roo. She'll sleep that long stretch in the pack and play. If I try to set her in the pack and play again after that, she will wake right up, and so I stick her usually in the mama-roo, and she goes right to sleep in that for the next couple stretches. But the majority of her night is in the pack and play flat, which is totally unlike Olivia. She lived in her other swing and then in the mama-roo, like consistently solid for the first 4 months. That's just how she slept for 4 solid months. For the most part, she's sleeping flat, which is totally different, like I said. Very, very good compared to always needing the swing last time with Livy. And the same thing like with Livy, her naps are all over the place. I just can't really count on naps. She generally has 1 longer nap during the day, and most of the naps are just short little 20 to 30 minute cat naps, and she'll have a couple of those a day and then 1 long stretch, and the majority of her sleep is at night, which is pretty good. I'll totally take it. As long as I can get night sleep, I can function, and it's really nice. In my previous video I said her nighttime bedtime was totally all over the place, but we did the same kind of routine. Well, it's the same deal, except now it's really consistently around 8 o'clock. There have been a couple of nights that it's gone a little bit later, but usually by 8 o'clock she's ready to nurse and go to bed. Sometimes it can be as early as 7 or 7:30, but generally it's around 8 to 8:30, which is great because that means we usually get Livy tucked in for bed, and then Stella gets tucked in for bed, and it's really nice that we can do them like back to back like that. One thing I think is weird, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my 1-month update, but I leave the bathroom light on. We have a master bedroom, and the light will shine in the bedroom, so I have just the low overhead light on, and I have the door swung so that only a little bit of the light shines in the room. If she falls asleep like during the day and it becomes night and she doesn't have any light, she will just wake up screaming like she's terrified. In the beginning, I did not have any lights on in the room, and she would again wake up just crazy screaming. And since having that light, her wake ups haven't been as drastic, and I feel like she's sleeping longer. So I really think she likes having the light in there, which I think is unusual. With Olivia, we had blackout curtains, even for nap times. Like, we had it completely dark for her room and just had a little nightlight to turn on. When we came in the room, I would turn on the little nightlight. We'd keep it pretty dark in there. And with her, I have to have some sort of light, and she will take her naps in just like a brightly lit room. And it's very, very different from Libby's. By now, she is holding her head up all by herself. She's still really floppy, and her arm movements are really erratic. For the most part, she's completely holding her head up, and she is trying to hit at objects. And she sometimes gets objects to her mouth now, and it's just sometimes. It's not all the time. It's not very consistent, and it's not very like smooth movements. It's like magically she gets her hand to her mouth. It's definitely just been happening more frequently, and she's been enjoying being down on the playmat a lot more. She really likes concentrating and trying to hit at things and trying to grab at things. I always have a burp cloth with me because she spits up so much still. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but she will manage to grab it from me and get it in her mouth, and she really likes sucking on these, which is really bizarre. Like, I'll stick my finger under it and she'll suck on the burp cloth right under my finger, like she can get a grasp on it, and she'll just sit like that for like 15 minutes and just slobber all over the burp cloth. She just really likes that. She finds it really soothing. She still will not take a pacifier at all. That's like the only thing that she'll do. She'll suck on her fingers here and there, but it's really cool to watch things change. And when she is laying on the playmat, she can move her bum. So she will be like this, and like her head's up at the top. She will slowly be able to rotate her bum around by moving her legs, by like wiggling around. She has not flipped over or rolled over or anything like that yet. She's not even close to rolling over. I think by now Livy probably was rolling over. Livy seemed really advanced with her gross motor skills. And so far Stella is really typical, just very average on all those things. And then going into the spitting, she still spits up. I still always have a burp cloth with me, and some days are better than others. I really don't know. I can't find like a food connection for me. I don't have a lot of dairy to begin with, so I don't think like the dairy causes much. But I'll tell you a story. We went and had Mexican food, and I usually just get the tacos at my favorite taco place. Well, this time I got refried beans, and I also ate Johnny's refried beans. So I had 2 big servings of refried beans. My stomach was really upset. I got super gassy, and then I noticed she spit up a ton more the next day. Just every time she ate, every time she moved, she was spitting up, and she didn't seem uncomfortable or extra gassy or anything out the other end, but she definitely was more spitty uppy. So I don't know what it was about the beans in particular. I know beans cause gas to begin with, but it really set me off, and it really affected her as well. So that's the only time I really noticed a huge connection between whatever I ate affecting her. Some days it feels like she doesn't spit all that much, but some days, like after the bean day, she was just spitting up like crazy. I had to change my clothes so many times and change her outfit so many times. I think the overall trend so far has been getting better. She's been spitting up less and less. I still always have the burp cloth because she does still spit up, but I think it's not quite as much aside from refried bean time. And now I know, don't eat refried beans while you're breastfeeding baby. And it's funny because I eat chickpeas and I eat black beans all the time, and they don't seem to cause any problems, but the refried beans totally set both of us off. The one thing she has been doing pretty consistently is starting to smile, and it really started with just like a very touch, the corner of her mouth kind of twitching up, and then her eyes would twinkle a little bit, and that was about the extent of it. And now she's full-blown smiling and going into like beginning of giggling. So I know we're really close to giggling, and like I said in the beginning of this video, we're really close to 3 months. So most of the bubbly smiling and cooing is more like the 3-month update. But I know by 2 months we were getting the beginning hints of smiles, and that just changed everything for me. I really just needed some sort of interaction from her, and it was really hard before that. Like, I didn't get anything from her. It was really draining. She was really spitty uppy. It was difficult. I feel like I had a lot more difficulty bonding with her than I did with Olivia. Like, instantaneous, complete head over heels in love and obsessed with Olivia. I am a bit obsessed with her, but I just didn't feel like the warm fuzzies as much and as strong as I did with Olivia just right off the bat. So now that she is giving smiles and cooing, I'm like going insane. Johnny's like, wow, you're really like going crazy, because I just like live for it. I just love, love, love seeing her little smiles, and it means so much to get something back from them. When they just take so much out of you and they need so much from you, and she's nursing all the time, it can be really draining. And to get those smiles and to know like you're doing something right and they're finally interacting with you totally changes the whole outlook on everything. It totally takes the edge off the drudgery part of raising newborns. It's really hard work. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, but seeing those smiles is just the best thing ever. I'm gonna go back to the spitting up thing. She still just does not burp very good. It's just something she doesn't do. Like I'll sit and burp her and I maybe will get one burp out, and it's after lots of minutes of me trying to burp her. Oh, are you done? All right, she's gonna snooze, I think. All right, I moved the camera a little bit so hopefully you guys can see her. I'm at a really weird angle because I'm reclining on the couch and I have the camera like to the side, so it's kind of weird to be like to the side like that. But I hope you guys can see her. Going back to her digestion, one of the things is she is not having as many bowel movements. It seemed like every time she ate, she would have a bowel movement, and now it's not quite so much. And so now we're having the bigger bowel movements and we're having blowouts, and it really hasn't mattered what diapers we've used. We've tried a few different ones. We've still had some blowouts in any kind of diaper we've tried. And it's just kind of the way it is right now. Breastfed babies have really loose stools. They have a tendency to leak out any sort of space in the diaper, and it's just very common. So we're dealing with more blowouts, more changes in that regards, and probably overall less spit up changes. She just doesn't spit up quite as much overall. Oh, she's smiling in her sleep. I hope you guys can see her. She's kind of tilted. Anyway, really from her 1 month to 2 months, she just wanted to be held 24/7. She is getting better about me setting her down in things. She does like the swings, and she'll do things for little bits of time, like just enough time that I can slap on my makeup. I just held her a lot from 1 to 2 months especially. I held her pretty much 24/7, all that I could. I did a lot of things one-handed, and now I'm able to set her down for a little bit longer, like I said. So it's getting better and better in that regard. So Livy is still just completely head over heels in love and wants to be really involved. Anytime Stella makes noise, she tries to help. Livy is just totally still in love with Stella, and I'll put Stella in her car seat, and she does not like being still in her car seat. So if I have to go to the bathroom or put my shoes on or anything before we take her directly to the car, she will start fussing, and Olivia will stand there and rock the car seat for me, and it's just really sweet. She really tries to help out with Stella as much as she can. And since Stella is now having a more consistent like 8 o'clock bedtime, we're able to all go up as a family and tuck Livy in, and we do story time together and we do group hugs, and she just always really wants to involve Stella in it. She always wants to get a bunch of hugs and kisses from Stella before bed, and it's just really sweet. She's super sweet with her. She has not shown any sort of aggression or anger towards Stella at all, and there's been lots of times that I've been in the middle of playing with Livy and I've had to go tend to Stella, and she's like, okay, I'll see you in a minute or whatever, or she'll come sit with us on the couch while I'm nursing Stella. She'll snuggle with me on the other side, and it's just really sweet. I've been kind of waiting for more jealousy and anger about it, and she hasn't. The way I think she's been showing her negative feelings is she's kind of competitive with Stella, and it's really cute and really funny. So I'll be talking to Stella like, oh, you're so strong, you're holding up your head. Livy will chime in and say, I can hold up my head better than Stella. Things like that. Like we do tummy time with Stella, and Livy goes, I can do that. And she'll like lift up her neck and her head and like show me she can do it better than Stella. And if I'm having Stella stand up on her feet, I'm like, oh, you're so tall. Livy will say, I'm taller than Stella. So she'll always have that little like competitive thing. And of course, like when that happens, I'm super praising Olivia and making sure she knows she's really special, and she's definitely a bigger girl, and also it's really great she can hold her head up too. But that's how I've seen very subtle hints of her being jealous. Like if she sees me praise Stella, she wants some praise too. So I've been really trying to give Livy lots of praise and attention for the things she does, and I haven't noticed like any regression as far as her maturity. She's not like regressed and acted babyish at all. She always has this like, I'm the big girl, I'm the big sister thing. She wants to do bigger things, but I have just noticed that little competitive thing where she's probably not getting as much praise as she used to get, and she's noticing it and, you know, saying things like that and competing a little bit. Once I started noticing it, I really try to praise Olivia as well. Make sure I'm pointing out how great of a big sister she is, and I always try to thank her for anything she does. And also it's really funny any kind of toy or stuffed animal that she has, I'll ask her what its name is, and she'll be like, this is Stella Bear, or this is Stella Flamingo. And it's just super cute. She names all of the things Stella, which I think is great. I just think it's adorable that everything now is named Stella. Like, this is Stella Lion. So sweet. She just loves her. She just always wants hugs and wants to help play with her. And this is more into the 3-month thing, but we had Christmas and she wanted to play with Stella's toys and show her how to use them. Like, we got some stacker toys and things, and she would stack them in front of Stella and like show her each color and be like, this ring is yellow, and she'd put it on the stacker. This ring is orange, and put it on the stacker. It's just really cute. She wants to entertain Stella as much as she can. So Olivia had a really bad cold, and at her school strep was going around, so Olivia's temperature spiked really high, and we took them to the doctor the next day. And I went ahead and got Stella checked out too, just because if it happened to be, you know, something serious, I wanted to make sure Stella was okay too. And they did weigh her at that point. So at 6 weeks, it was almost exactly at her 6-week mark. She weighed 11 pounds 4 ounces. And so she is a big girl. As far as crying and fussing, it seems like she does get fussy when she gets tired, and that's a really good hint for me to go put her down for a nap. Her naps tend to be kind of all over the place. Like, right now she's napping on me. Sometimes she won't nap on me. Sometimes she will just get fussy in my arms and I'll have to go put her down for a nap. So it really just depends. Sometimes we're out to eat and she'll take a nap just right in her stroller and it's no big deal. And she still naps really good in the car when we're driving sometimes, but not always now. She'll still be like cooing and making noise. And I usually have a toy strapped into her car seat now so that she can hit at it with her hands. So in her 1-month video, she got her thumb in her mouth, and she's only done that like 2 other times since then, which surprised me. I thought since she got it in that time that she would be able to do that more regularly, and it just happened to be a fluke. And I think each time it happens, it's kind of just a fluke. She's just not a very fussy baby in general. She does not like being set down. She'll fuss after a while, but she's getting better about that. And at night, when she starts getting upset, generally she wakes up because she's gassy. I think I was saying this earlier and lost my train of thought because I started coughing. But I noticed that she gets gassy and she has a very particular high-pitched squealy cry that she does, and it's generally how she wakes up from that first long stretch at night. I do the little infant massage on her tummy and do the bicycle legs to get her gas out, and I tend to have to do that after her naps. A lot of times I'll just give her that infant massage and get out any of the gas that she has. She does get really fussy about gas, and that's pretty much it. Like being set down and that. Unfortunately, she has scratched her face, and she did scream bloody murder about that. And that's pretty much it for this update. We did her 2-month shots at like 2 months and 1 week. So I'm gonna save all of that discussion for her 3-month update. It was really traumatic. There's a lot of story time that goes along with that. So I'm gonna save that for the 3-month update, which I'll have for you guys like next week. Basically, once she hits 3 months, I can film that update for you guys and post it for you guys hopefully soon. I did get a new laptop, so I'm able to edit so much faster, and I just haven't had any videos to edit. So hopefully I'll be able to have much quicker turnaround on videos now. I'm going to insert this back in and talk a little bit about postpartum. I have had my appointment with my doctor, and I don't know if I had it by my 1-month video or not, but I did get the all clear. She said my incision looked really good. And basically I'm clear to do whatever I want, but I am still, like, I'm almost at 3 months postpartum now, and I'm still having a lot of tingling and tenderness. Things are just not quite right. And I also still feel super sore if I wear pants that are too tight and press on it at all, or if I do any sort of strenuous activity, like if I'm doing a lot of up and down squatting, or if I'm taking longer walks, or especially like uphill walks with the jogging stroller. I can really wear myself out, and I feel super sore all in my like abdominal region near my scar. So I'm definitely not all the way healed up yet, even getting into close to 3 months now, and just is one of those things that takes time. And I watched my 2-month update with Olivia, and I said the same thing then, which I was surprised. I thought I had healed up a lot quicker than that, like retrospectively remembering it. I thought it was just like really quick healing, and it turns out it took me a while the first time too. So I'm not super concerned about it. I wasn't concerned even before realizing it. Realizing it had taken me longer last time as well. It's just one of those things that takes a while. And so I have not done any sort of formal working out. I've just been taking walks, and even then it's like if I take a long walk that has a lot of uphills. I will skip a day or two in between because I'm just so sore down there. And one thing I had mentioned in my update last month was I got my period back. Well, it has not been consistent. It has not been like right on time every month. I'll talk about that more in my 3-month update again, but she's wiggling like crazy now. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to move the camera and show you guys her, and I do have some video clips on my phone I will insert at the end of this video so you guys can see her a little bit more, see her smileys and stuff. Right now she's pretty much out, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. She's been doing a lot of spitty bubbles, but that's a very recent update there. Big stretching. When the milk is just too good and you pass out. Hey, hey there. Must be good stuff. You drunk? You getting sleepy? Yeah, it's time to wake up. Oh, you getting your stretches? Oh, big stretches. Hey, mommy's right here. Hi. Hi there. Yeah, that's mommy. Did you get your milky? Yeah. Oh, you did. You got your milky.